When you're interviewing folks when it comes to comedy, do you prefer to have like a large cast like the Arrested Developments and The Simpsons, or do you like the one-on-one with the audience and yourself?
Either one, either one. They're different, different process, but it is a matter of simply of incorporating everything that's on that stage with me. I can manage it, I think.
What keeps it fresh for you? Do you look at a different category of talent that you like to have on, or what keeps you coming back year after year? I mean, you've been nominated and you've won, and there's many, many years behind you of having a wonderful body of work. Well, what's the inspiration to keep going forward and have new seasons?
What keeps it fresh? Yeah. The guest. Each time it's a different soul.
They have to get you a different desk. They need to sit you down like with a sewing machine, so you're kind of making an Afghan while you're talking to them because you get so much time behind that desk. They have to give you something to do. Maybe making iPads there behind the desk. Something then you need a bigger desk is what I'm saying.
Maybe I need a bigger desk, but I can tell you one thing. Since I believe that the secret of a good interview is curiosity. And since I believe that I am very curious, I've never been bored for a second, not in 21 years. They're sitting there and they have a story to tell, and they're different souls, each one from every other soul who has come to that table before them, and it's impossible not to get excited, not to get interested, not to find new things to ask and new answers to evoke.
When you see some of the younger male actors come on your show and sort of process their involvement in the craft, what do you see that's different from actors, say, of like Mickey Rourke's generation when you go back 20 or 30 years? What do you see new and fresh that maybe this generation is like sort of grabbing onto in terms of not their method but their own style?
What is significant about anybody who is young in that chair opposite me, like Daniel Radcliffe or Bradley Cooper, who's still quite young, is that they're very close in age to our students, to our master's degree candidates at Pace University. So that's what keeps it fresh. There's a bond between them and students of virtually their own age that is that's invaluable. Those are very exciting shows.
Absolutely. You know, in a lot of talent, you know, yourself included, you need to sort of like diversify your plate of interest. You ever thought of perhaps like having your own fragrance line, like maybe like a cologne that like smells like struggling actors on a subway, something? Do you ever think of like having your own fragrance somehow?
I like to think that I have my own fragrance right this moment. Take a deep breath, my friend. Take a deep breath.
Oh, no. So in the last question for you is that certainly in years past, there's been retrospectives for actors at the Primetime Emmy Awards. You know, you had Larry Hagman maybe not getting the accolade that he deserved in terms of the actual broadcast. What are you hoping the tribute to the planned Robin Williams tribute, what do you really hope they touch on? Just one thing that you really hope that they bring to the audience.
Well, they're doing it all week this week, and in every one of those retrospective shows that they're doing, they quote copiously from inside the actor's studio, because his manager told me that was the greatest night of his life, and I think of his career, and I think perhaps it was, and I hope it was, although he had many other great nights. It had nothing to do with me, everything to do with Robin, and this last week, I don't know how many hours I've spent on television talking.
Absolutely, you're so wonderful with it, and we really appreciate the time that you had, that you gave all the stations a lot of your remembrances and all that. And you know, it would really be great to have like maybe a special that maybe you and Charlie Rose sitting at a table arm wrestling, just his black table. You're both at opposite ends, sleeves rolled up, arm wrestling. I'd really like to see you take down Charlie Rose.
Charlie Rose?
Arm wrestling.
He's a great friend of mine, and I'm a huge admirer of Charlie Rose. He'd win anything we ever did.